Yo, what it do, Hustle Nation? Listen, the 4 ways to identify your passions and how to monetize them, plus the one thing that will hold you back if you are not careful. So, do me a favor as you guys are coming into the room, go ahead and comment in the chat where you're from. Also, drop the name of your business and or your brand. If you're already building something, let us know a little bit about what you got going on. Just don't post any links. Uh, don't be afraid to do that either, guys. Because listen, if you're not shouting you out, I don't know who is, man. And there's over 100,000 people following this page. You never know who might want to connect with you based on you just posting a simple comment and engaging. So I would love to give you a free business shout out. You just have to participate and do your part. 4 ways, guys, that you can identify your passions. Then we're going to talk about you monetizing them. I'm going to talk about the one thing that will hold you back if you are not careful, my friend. So do me a favor, go ahead and smash that share button, man. We can no longer afford to hoard information like this. If you guys love what I do and you want to support the channel, then I encourage you to go over to my e-commerce site and grab your copy of this book along with my influencer course. I think you will find great pleasure in learning how to turn your passions into profits. Canada says, or Drew, Drew Y to fly. I Dre White way to fly. Canada, I'm a trader. I want to learn how to trade HMU. Okay, appreciate that. I've got a user out of Houston. If you are in one of my groups watching this, you have to put your name in because Facebook don't show your name like it normally does when you comment, because you have to agree that you're letting StreamYard use your likeness or whatever. But how do you turn your gifts and talents into profit, right? For those of you who do not know me, my name is H. Cortez, also known as the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur from ThorntonOnlineMarketing.com. And I'm just going to put my link here for those of you that want to support the channel. I don't ask for donations. I do have some wonderful products that you can purchase. And if you purchase those products, that's a way that you can support the channel and you get something out of the deal as well. So my most popular book and course is the Monetize My Life Influencer Bundle. If you're trying to monetize your gifts, talents, and special abilities, then you definitely want to grab a copy of this. So, MML, let me just get this in the chat. All right, there we go. So here are the 4 ways that you can identify your passions. Number 1, start with a 5-year test, right? Hey, Eliani, how you going? Doing Eliani from the Black Biz, STL Black Biz is in the building. 4 ways that you can identify your passions. Number 1, start with a 5-year test, right? What are you doing today that gives you a great deal of pleasure, that brings you joy, that you were doing 5 years ago, that you can see yourself still doing 5 years from now, right? It's a 5-year test. If you're doing something today that gives you pleasure and you look back 5 years ago and you're like, man, I was doing this, I was rocking this out 5 years ago. And guess what? I can see myself doing this 5 years from now. That, my friend, is probably a passion that you should think about monetizing, right? So that's number 1, the 5-year test. Who can list something in the comments that they were doing 5 years ago, brought them joy, they're still doing it today, and they can see themselves doing it 5 years from now, right? Number 2, identify those things. Good morning, Maurice. What's going on, my brother? My YouTube family is chiming in. Real Charlie says, sales and coaching, right? Was doing it 5 years ago. I was getting a lot of pleasure and it brought me joy. I'm still doing it today. I'm still having fun with it. It's bringing me joy. And I can see myself doing it 5 years from now. That's definitely something you want to monetize. Number 2, what comes easy to you or what comes natural to you, right? Here's the difficulty about monetizing something that comes natural to you. We often don't see the value, right? Because it comes so easy to us, it's hard for us to believe that somebody would actually pay us to help them do that, or pay us for a product or service in that area, because it comes so natural and so easy to us, right? So pay attention to the things that's just natural to you. Chances are that is something that you should be monetizing, right? That's a gift that you were given. We call that natural born talent, right? A natural born skill set, just something that just God gave you, just a knack for whatever reason, or something that you went through and you picked up some skills, and man, you just fell in love with them. They just come easy to you. You love doing them. You would do it for free, right? That's something, my friend, that you probably could monetize. And we're going to talk about how to monetize it here in a second, right? So number one, the 5-year test. What were you doing 5 years ago? What were you that was bringing you joy? What are you doing today? That same thing that's still bringing you joy, and you can see yourself doing it 5 years from now, right? What comes natural to you? What comes easy to you, right? What are some of the things that you can do pretty much in your sleep, right? And you probably just don't see the value in those things, right? Number three, what is it that your friends and family and those around you are always asking you advice on, right? One of the biggest things that we hold on to that we don't see the value in, and that's our intellectual capital. There's a reason that everybody keeps coming to you, asking you to pick your brain on a particular subject, because you have a tremendous amount of intellectual capital that they see the value in, but you do not. Therefore, they're extracting that capital from you at no charge, and therefore they're taking that information and they're using it to help monetize whatever they got going on, right? So what is it, those one or two subjects that people are always asking you advice on? Hey, Cortez, man, I've got a business I'm trying to get off the ground, man. What's the best way to use Facebook to market it? Right? Hey, Cortez, what's the best way to brand this? Hey, I've got an idea. I just need to name it, man. Can you help me brainstorm a few names, right? What is it that people are always asking you advice for? Chances are that's intellectual capital that you can then turn and monetize. And guys, if this is making sense to you at all, man, do me a favor. It doesn't cost you anything to share this live stream. So smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. We can no longer afford to hoard information that can help to liberate other people. So number one, 5-year test. What were you doing 5 years ago? Bring you joy. You're still doing it today. Bring you joy. You can see yourself doing it 5 years from now. Why not monetize that, right? Number two, what comes natural to you? What comes easy to you, right? What are the things that you do in your sleep that people are amazed by and you don't think it's a big deal, right? Yeah, it's a big deal. You just don't see the value because it comes so easy to you, right? What are the things that people are always coming to you for advice about? They're always asking you to get your opinion on this thing or that thing. That's your intellectual capital that they're tapping into. And you, my friend, haven't figured out that that's valuable, right? Number four, if you don't identify your passions with those three things, then ask your friends and family around you, right? Ask them, where do you see my strength is? Right. You can ask people around you, hey, where do you see me strong at? What are some of the things that you see that I do well? And I guarantee you, the people around you will tell you in 3 seconds some of the things that you're good at, because they see the value in those things, even though you do not. Right. So that's how you identify your passions. Well, how do you monetize those things? Right. Let me just go back through the comments and see what we have here. So now we got my girl Eliani on. We got my guy Maurice on as well. Eliani says, listen, telling stories and connecting with others comes natural. And writing resumes comes natural to me, right? Man, that's good stuff that you should monetize. Listen, the way you monetize writing resumes is through telling stories. Tell stories about some of the most jacked up resumes that you've seen and how you fix them, and end it with a call to action. What? Eliani, are you kidding me? I would make a STL Black Biz blog, and I will create a category for career advancement, resumes, and how to advance in your career. And I would tell stories about, man, I've seen some jacked up resumes in my day. Uh, this is how I help them fix it. And oh, by the way, if you need a resume fixed, then you are to connect with me at this place or the other, and give them a link, phone number, whatever. All right. Employment training, how to get your resume seen. Yeah, man, that is powerful, powerful stuff, Eliani, that you absolutely should be monetizing. I would definitely create that as a an amendment or an addition part to the STL Black Biz website, so that when people are coming there to find Black businesses to shop with, they can also see that, hey, oh, we have some employment training facts and tips. We have some resume preparation and some interviewing classes where you can learn how to advance in your career. That's how I would monetize that and leverage your existing brand with it. Let's see. The real Charlie Brown says, I have at least 5 friends tell me I should do coaching on sales and systems. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's not difficult to get into that space. We got to leverage this technology platform that we have known as the internet, and then the apps that live on top of this platform known as social media. You absolutely should monetize that. Charlie Brown, if you are not already. So what are some of the ways that you can monetize? Let's see, fixing resumes is all us good. What does your friends tell you? Yep, that was one of the things. Let's see, who else? She would be a good recruiter. That's another way that she could monetize for sure. She could show some before and after resumes, absolutely, as well as showing resume testimonials. Yep, my friends keep challenging me, changing it and not listening to me. Today is the last time. Good free info, my brother. Yeah, I got you back. So when you think about monetization and what it is that you do, I want you guys to write this down and never forget it. And I have to give credit to Trevor Ott of the Black CEO. When I heard him say this about 4 years ago, it changed my life. He said, there's more in what you know than what you do. There's more in what you know than what you do. And what that simply means, someone like Eliani, she knows how to write resumes, and she can actually fix people's resumes for them, right? In live, in person. I can sit next to her and say, hey, here's my resume. Here's what I was trying to get across. I didn't do it that well because I'm not that good at resume writing. And she can help me one-on-one with that, right? But she can also create a course that people can buy, a digital course, and they can just go through the course on their own and get the same results. Now she can sell an unlimited amount of courses versus the limited amount of people she can actually help one-on-one. Is that making sense? Right? So one of the ways that you monetize is realizing that the intellectual capital, your intellectual property, is where the value is. So while you can host a workshop, Eliani, and really help 12 people, 15 people come to your workshop, and you can help them live and in living color with their resumes. And you should do that, by the way. But here's how I would take that to the next level. I would record the whole thing. And now at the same time that I'm doing a live resume writing workshop, I'm filming and recording the whole session. And now the digital aspect of that recorded session becomes a product that I can sell in perpetuity. Leverage. There you go, my man. Leverage. Man, you guys got to go and get the book and the course, man. The Influencer Bundle. Monetize My Life Influencer Bundle. All you got to do is go over to Thornton Online Marketing, check out Monetize My Life. You'll see I have the book as a standalone, $15, but I also have the course, which is the book and my most popular course on how to become an influencer. How do you use social media to get the message out about your products and services? So number one is you take what you know and you figure out how to digitize it, or you put it into a product that can be sold over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? But that does not mean you shouldn't host live classes, workshops. I know we're doing Corona and everything is virtual. You could do that resume writing workshop online via Zoom, Eliani. Charge people $25 to come and get into the class, and then record the class. And then at the end of the class, pick 5 of the most active participants in the class and ask them to give you a testimonial via video, and you record that. Now the testimonials becomes your sales piece to sell the digital version of the class forever. 15 years experience. Come on, Eliani. Go out there and get that money, right? And we're going to talk about what's probably holding you back, because it's the same thing that holds everybody back. So number one, take what you know and figure out how to put it into a book, a course, ebook, digital download, audio, something that you can leverage these tools and these resources, right? You can leverage the tools and the resources called the internet, right? So that's number one. Figure out how to package and present those things in a way that we are consuming content today. We're consuming content via video, via audio, via pictures, right? You can do those things like it's not difficult to do those things, right? So that's number one. Figure out how to put what you know into a digitized version, course, ebook, book, whatever, so that you can spread that message out to more people. Now, some of you guys are more service-based in what you do, right? So that's fine if you're service-based in what you do. And then some of you guys are saying, well, Cortez, I really can't teach what I do. I love it, but I can't teach people how to do it. I just something that I love to do. Watch this. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you love to do, chances are you know it really well inside and out. Let's see. I think it was Charlie Brown said he loves sales and marketing, right? He says I think he says he loves sales and marketing, right? So even if he doesn't become a someone who takes what he knows about sales and marketing and put it into a course, because he knows it so well, right? Because he knows it so well, he knows what a good sales course is. So he can actually use what we call affiliate marketing to sell products and services that are effective in his space because he's so passionate about it. He knows what a good sales course is. He knows what a good sales book is because he's probably read hundreds of sales books. He's probably attended seminars and workshops on sales. And all he has to do is become an affiliate of those things. And now when his friends are coming to him saying, hey, Charlie Brown, man, listen, you're the best that I know in sales, man. Can you give me a tip on this sales strategy? Or how can I do this, that, and the other? How can I sell more? And he can say, listen, I'm going to give you a tip, but what I want you to do is I want you to go click on this link and I want you to buy this book on sales. It is the best book on sales for beginners. You got to have this in your library. And when they go and click on that link, they buy the book from Charlie's link. Whoever the book is, it might be of course, my book, right? Right. And I do have an affiliate program that I offer through my website, but then it might be something like this, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, a great book on sales. And, Myron Golden is a beast as a sales coach, right? He has an affiliate to all of his programs. So maybe Charlie Brown says, yeah, I'm an affiliate marketer. So listen, when you come and ask me about what you want my advice on something, instead of me giving you my advice, I'm going to point you to a product. That way, I don't have to be bogged down with creating the product. I don't have to be bogged down with the fulfillment of the product. But just because people know I'm passionate about this subject, they know, like, and trust me. They take my advice. If I recommend that they go buy a product, they go buy the product. Now I earn a commission, right? I think Myron pays up to 70% commission on any of the sales of his stuff. Crazy, right? Eliani could do the same thing. Maybe she's not ready to create her own product, but because she's good at resume writing, she can go look at some resume writing books and products and say, this one is great. This one is a good book that I can do from resume writing. I can recommend this to my friends because I know they'll get the results as if I did it for them. And now when they say, hey, Eliani, can you take a look at my resume? Listen, I don't really have time to look at your resume, but I'm going to send you a link to a great resource that has helped me and has helped countless others get their resumes right. Click on that link, buy this resource, and I promise it's going to get your resume right. And now she's taken her love, her passion for writing resumes and helping others, and she leveraged her authority as someone people trust in that space, and now they're going to go buy the resource that she recommends, and she's going to earn a commission on every time she does that. We're talking about monetizing your passions, monetizing your gifts. How do you take what you're good at, the things that you know really well, and you create an opportunity to create a passive income from those things? You got to know how to leverage these tools, y'all. And when I tell y'all, this book is, I hate to toot my own horn, but no, I don't really. I like to toot my own horn because ain't nobody else going to toot it for me. Guys, go get the Monetize My Life Influencer Bundle. You're going to get a deeper dive on a lot of stuff that we're talking about today. And then the How to Become an Influencer Bundle will show you how to do what I'm doing right now. There's a method to what I'm doing right now, right? I'm creating influence. I'm giving value first before I ask you to go buy something. I'm creating and building up my level of authority, letting you guys know that I know what I'm talking about. So that makes the book more valuable. It's not something that you're saying, hey, if I buy this book, I don't know what's in it. No, if I buy this book, it's more of what he's been giving me for free. So I know it's going to take me to the next level. You need to know how to do that. And the course, How to Become an Influencer, will teach you how to do that as well. All right. Maury said, yes, sir. Scorsese, blow that home. Hey, man, listen, I asked all of y'all when y'all came onto the stream, shout yourself out. What is it that you do? If you already have a business, shout your business out. Just don't post any links, because you never know who's watching this, right? Somebody might watch this later today and say, man, I was looking for help with my resume. I never knew Eliani was the go-to for that. Let me inbox Eliani and see how much she's going to charge me to do my resume, all because she engaged on the stream. Whenever I go engage on somebody else's live stream, it's always H. Cortez in the building from St. Louis, wealth strategist and author. I love helping people with their brands. I love helping people and become empowered economically through financial literacy. Right? That's what I do. You should always be shouting yourself out. I just don't disrespect nobody's stream by going in and saying, hey, come over to my page and look at what I got going on, or posting my links, hey, buy this from me. I just don't disrespect nobody's stream, but I always say who I am and what I do. There's nothing wrong with that. Most people encourage that. Another reason I ask y'all to comment who you are, what you do. Y'all know I do 3 different podcasts, right? I'm always looking for guests to be on my podcast. So I'm always looking for those of you who have businesses. So I say, oh, that's a good business that I need to introduce to my audience. Let me reach out to them and see if they want to be on the podcast. You got to know how to self-promote. Listen, guys, McDonald's. So, I think there's 30,000 plus McDonald's restaurants. If anybody knows of any brand that is a real, true household name that probably could survive without any marketing, it's probably McDonald's. But every time you turn on your TV, every time you turn on the radio, you hear a McDonald's, ba da ba ba ba. Why? When everybody knows there's a McDonald's on every corner, every time you get in your car, you ride by, you see a McDonald's. Why are they constantly putting commercials in front of you? Because if they don't, Burger King will. If they don't, Wendy's will. Why aren't you self-promoting? Right? Saints, Pistons, Pelicans says this is true. I'm a paramedic, been one for 20 years for the fire department, and I still love it. And most days it doesn't feel like work because of the love, right? Because of the love. Now, as a paramedic, how do you monetize that passion outside of, working for the police department? I mean, the fire department. Well, guess what? You can become an affiliate with Amazon. Amazon has some great first aid kits. They have some great over-the-counter things that work really well for different things. As a paramedic, you're trusted. People know that you have a particular knowledge of helping in emergency situations. I would create a blog if you like to write. I would create a video blog if you like to do videos. I would create a podcast if you like to talk. And I will be talking about some remedies that people could apply. If you ever found yourself in an emergency situation and you're waiting on the paramedics to arrive and your kid is choking on a marble, here's what you do. Here's what you do. Right? And I would build my authority as someone who cares for the people, who want people to be safe and stay safe. I would be doing blogging on things to avoid, how to not get into traumatic situations and emergency situations. I would be listing the first 3, 4, 5 steps that you need to do. How do you stay calm? How do you keep someone vibrant while they're waiting on the paramedics? And then you can always tie in a particular product or service. Hey, here's where you get your first aid bandages from. Here's where you will get your, your vomit-inducing stuff if you're in a situation and your kid has swallowed some poison, right? They might need to take this 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt, right? It's going to make them puke. You could be bringing that kind of value to people and then tying it into a product or service on the back end, right? The number one thing that's holding y'all back. Y'all done sat here and listened, and y'all amen. Y'all jumped up for joy. Y'all cheered, and y'all said yes. But you're scared to take action. See, what you got to understand is there is safety, there is security within your comfort zone. Just know that nothing ever grows there. See, the one thing that you're going to have to deal with if you're going to monetize your gifts, talents, and special abilities, and guys, it's not always a talent. Sometimes it's an experience, right? I want you guys to go look up Crazy Sexy Cancer. Now, I have no affiliation with this. I probably should go and become an affiliate of her program because I'm always talking about her. She overcame stage 4 cancer. Right? Stage 4 cancer. They basically, when she went into the hospital, they basically told her, hey, man, you might want to go ahead and call your family. It's about to be a wrap. Right? But she overcame stage 4 cancer. That's an experience. And she's now making tens of thousands of dollars going to speak as a public speaker, a motivational speaker, sharing her story of how she overcame it, how she stayed positive. See, that's an experience. Some of you guys have gone through some experiences that you can monetize, right? But you know why you won't? Because of fear. I want you to understand something about fear, man. Fear has gotten you where you are today, and it's keeping you where you are today. And what most people have yet to realize, that the underlying says we're working on an online CPR class, and I feel it will be success. Man, you better tell them. You better tell them an online CPR class. That's how you monetize your intellectual capital. That is valuable information, knowing how to perform CPR, right? But you got to overcome fear if you're going to win. You got to overcome fear if you're going to win. And there's a lot of things that fear masquerade as, but you know what you're really, really, really afraid of? Most people don't know what they're really, 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 really afraid of. And it's so funny when you really get down to brass tacks and start to understand where fear really derives from. See, we are social creatures, meaning God designed us to be interdependent. That means living amongst each other, with each other. You depend on me for something, I depend on you for something. We're hardwired to be interdependent. That means I want to be around people. I'm not at peace unless I'm around people. Therefore, since I'm hardwired that way, I want to be accepted by people. And because I want to be accepted by people, people's opinion of me have a lot of influence on the decisions that I make. So whether you're scared to try because you think you're going to fail, you're not really afraid of failing because you failed before in your life. What you're really afraid of is what you think other people are going to think about you failing. Y'all can give me an amen if I'm on to something here. You are afraid to do something, not because the potential of failing. You've failed before. But what's really holding you back, what you're really afraid of, is what you think other people are going to think about your failure. That's why you won't make a move. I had people, when I walked away from my job, heck, it's almost 4 years in a few days. October 3rd, 2016, I walked away from my job to pursue entrepreneurship full time. And a lot of people, they didn't say it to me, but I heard the rumblings behind my back. What happens if you fail? If he doesn't make that business work, he walks away from a good job with benefits, decent pay, what's going to happen? Right? I want you to ask yourself this question. From now on, whenever that paralyzing fear comes up on you and it starts knocking at your door, here's how you overcome fear. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Somebody put that in the chat for me. This is such a game changer for you, right? Ask yourself, what's the worst thing that can happen? See, when I left my job, I was approached with that same fear knocking at my door. What if you walk away from this job? Your family has no insurance. Now you gotta, if you don't go kill something every day, you don't eat. So how you gonna pay the mortgage or the rent? How you gonna pay the car note? What's gonna happen if you fail? So I asked myself that question. Cortez, if you strike out on entrepreneurship full time and you don't make it work, what's the worst thing that can happen? Guys, you know the worst thing that can happen if I fail as an entrepreneur? I end up right back in the cubicle. That's the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen if I go out here and I try to do this entrepreneurship thing and it does not work, worst thing that can happen Because I end up right back in the cubicle next to some of the people who were scared to try in the first place. It's the worst thing that can happen. Right? The worst thing that can happen if entrepreneurship does not work for me, maybe I lose my house, maybe I lose my car, you know, maybe I have to struggle financially for a little while. You know what's really holding most people back? The worst thing that can happen is people will laugh at your failure. That's the thing that you're running from. And I get it, because we're social creatures. We want to be accepted. And our society has told us that failing has nightmarish consequences. From the day that you were a first grader in school and you put the wrong answer on a piece of paper and you got that big red X on your paper, they trained you that failure was something to be ashamed of. They trained you that failure was something to be ashamed of. If Thomas Edison and Lattimore, those guys were ashamed of failing to invent the light bulb, we wouldn't have no lights right now. You think they looked at failure as something to be ashamed of? Y'all got to get this, man. Y'all got to get this. The world, the whole world, the entire world is counting on you to overcome your fear. And I need y'all to get this. The entire world is counting on you to overcome your fear, because you got a gift that God planted inside of you because he knew you before the foundation of the earth. And your gift is going to help to unlock the gifts of other people. So this world will never be the same when you overcome that fear and you start tapping into the resources that God planted inside of you to uncover the gift that he also planted inside of you. Is an acorn an oak tree seed, or is it an oak tree? That's a serious question. Is an acorn, is it an oak tree seed, or is it an oak tree? See, in order for the acorn to be less than an oak tree itself, that means it needs something else from outside to make it an oak tree. The oak tree is in the seed. It's everything that's required for the acorn to become an oak tree is actually in the acorn. So it's not an oak tree seed, it's a oak tree pre-development. It's not an oak tree seed, it's an oak tree waiting to be placed in the right circumstances, in the right situation. That's it. An acorn is an oak tree. It's not an oak tree seed. An apple seed is an apple tree. It's not an apple seed. There's a whole tree inside that little seed. And I'm telling you today that when you overcome your fear, there is a whole something already inside of you. It's not a part of something. It's not a piece of something that requires some external something to make it develop into something else. No, the whole, whatever God made you to be, is already right there. You just haven't put yourself in the right circumstances and situations yet. You guys know what happens to a seed when it goes underground? The first thing that happens is that seed must rot and die. Because in the rotting and the death of the part of the seed that really holds the real life of the seed, when that rots and dies, it actually becomes the food and the nourishment for the seed to feed on, to create the seedling, to create the sprout, to create the little shoot. And that nourishment is so powerful that it could sustain that tree until the roots can actually get into the ground and start extracting from the earth, the minerals and the water and everything else to make it continue to grow and blossom into its full self. Some of you guys haven't placed yourself in the situations where the old you can rot and die and become the sustenance for the new you that needs to emerge in order for you to show the world the gifts that God has planted inside of you. Some of us are struggling financially because we are running away from the gifts and talents that God gave us to do something else. And I'm not one to bash anybody with a job. I'm just saying, is that job that you've chosen, is it in synergistic alignment with the things that you're already passionate about, so that it continues to unlock, continues to give you the permission and the place to fully express the things that you are gifted and passionate about in the first place? So do me a favor, my friends. Do yourself a favor. Go out and grab this book, Monetize My Life. You might as well go ahead and grab the influencer bundle as well. It's going to teach you how to become an influencer, how to craft your message, how to present your message to the marketplace, much like I have done here today, so that people will know, like, and trust you, because it is at only that place where people will then buy from you, is when they know, like, and trust you. But you have to get in front of them and let them know that you care about them. Let them know that you want to see them win, and let them know that whatever it is that you are offering is going to do that for them, right? It says taking an L is never worse than living with with man should have did this and that. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, my dad will always say, Michael wouldn't be Mike if he never took the shot. Shoot your shot. Man, that's one to end on, man. I appreciate you guys so much for listening to your boy rant a little bit, man. And I just want to see all y'all win, man. You got the gift, you got the talent. Learn how to properly package and present it to the marketplace, but you don't do that unless you first face your fears. I'm not saying that I don't care about what other people think about me, but what I am saying is this: I don't care too much about what other people are thinking about me. That's what you have to get. By nature, we can't help. My wife is in the other room. My son is in the room next to me. My other son is in the basement. You think I don't care about what they think about their dad? What my wife thinks about her husband? Of course I do. I just don't care so much that it paralyzes me from doing the thing that I was called here to do, fulfilling my assignment for them, which is to be a provider and a protector. Right? And the best way for me to be a provider and a protector for my family is through entrepreneurship. Because I can go work a job 10, 12 hours a day, but how much can I protect my family if I have to be away from them 12 hours a day? Sure, the money that I make, on those 10, 12 hours away from my family creates enough income to where I can maybe place them in a good home that's in a safe neighborhood. So that's one way that I'm protecting and providing. But what about being there emotionally My son was having a breakdown in the middle of the day, and I just needed to put my arms around him and protect his emotions that way. More to entrepreneurship than the money, y'all. One last thing in terms of monetizing your gifts and talents. A lot of you guys don't like network marketing, but sometimes aligning your gifts and talents with a network marketing company is another way that you can monetize your gifts, right? See, my gift, my talent, what I'm passionate about is empowering people economically. So what I've been able to do is partner with a network marketing opportunity that does just that. So when I empower people economically and they're like, man, how do I get more information? How do I get someone to help me with my finances? Oh, great. You can try this membership over here. And when they try that membership to get their credit right, to get their taxes down, to learn how to build wealth, I earn a commission, right? And then I don't have to worry about the product. I don't have to worry about the fulfillment. All I do is the marketing side. So that's another way. Some of you guys love health and wellness. There are a ton of great health and wellness marketing, network marketing opportunities that you can be a part of. Great products, great services, and you love to eat right. You love to exercise. You love taking your vitamins, and man, you can talk to people about those passions and turn them on to one of those companies, right? Some of you ladies are great at makeup and all of that kind of stuff. There's a ton of network marketing companies that sell some of the best makeup on the planet. You're passionate about that, right? You're doing people's faces at parties and all that kind of stuff. Why not have a product or service that when you do such a good job on their face, they say, hey, if you want to keep this up, then you want to go ahead and get this product bundle over here, and it's going to allow you to keep that up, right? Some of you guys are great at, passionate about the sexuality of the physical body and intimacy and all that kind of stuff. There's great network marketing companies that have products and services in that space, right? Just saying. Taking your intellectual capital, putting it into a product of your own is one way to monetize. Taking your knowledge and sharing that and referring people to a product through affiliate marketing is one way. Or taking what you know and building authority and referring people to products and services in a network marketing opportunity where you build residual income is another way. So you don't do any of that though, guys, if you don't understand how to overcome your fear, right? Fear is what's holding you back. And at the core of your fear, guys, I don't care what fear you have, at the core of your fear is what you think other people are thinking about you. That's at the core of every fear. What I think other people will think about me if I fail. Watch this. What I think other people will think about me if I even try. Some of you won't even try entrepreneurship because what you think other people will think about you for trying to start a business. It's crazy, right? Appreciate you guys for all tuning in. I'm your boy H. Cortez. Remember, if you want to support what I do and you love this information, go over to monetizemylifenow.com. Grab your copy of the book and the influencer course, and I think you'll be blown away with how you can marry those two things, how you can take your gifts, talents, turn them into a legitimate business, and then how to leverage social media, how to use the internet, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, become an influencer, and now you can market your own products and services and really have an impact on the world with the gift that God gave you. Until I talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.